Today, we'll practice a little bit more of the singing back in solfege. That is really to prep you for the work that you will do in your oral skills class, where you're going to be doing a fair amount of singing from a sight singing book. You're going to also be doing melodic dictation, where you have to listen to a melody and write it down. The thing is that the foundation for success in both of those different kinds of activities, like sight singing and melodic dictation, is to have made sure that your brain inside it has some thoughts or some pathways of melody and how notes relate to each other. And so that's why we're doing this. And then we're going to have a little practice of another scale pattern at the end of this particular video. So I'm going to sing and you sing back. Here we go. This is going to be our do for today. Do, do, re, do, ti, do, re, mi, do, mi, re, do, mi, mi, fa, mi, re, mi, re, do, 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 mi, so, so, fa, mi, re, do, mi, so, la, so, fa, mi, re, do, do. Notice how many times we come back to do, because do is our resting point, our home base. Do is whatever note our scale starts on. If I were singing in D major, do would be D. If I were singing in B flat major, do would be B flat. This system is called movable do. There are other singing systems, some of you may know them. For example, one system of fixed do says that the sound C is always called do. Another way to sing would be to use numbers to number the pitches of the scale from 1 through 7, and then instead of 8 you start over again with 1. So there are plenty of ways to use different symbols to represent the sounds that we're going to hear and sing and play. We are using the movable do system so that we get a sense, there's a reason for it. It's not just to make your life miserable, although you no doubt will think that is the case, but it's so that the movable do system gives us a chance to feel how every do, every starting note, relates to all the other notes above it in a pattern. So that if I sing do, mi, that's always the same distance. It happens to be 4 half steps, a major third. Mi, fa is always a half step, a minor second. So using the movable do system lets us know that no matter what major scale I am singing, all the notes in the scale will have the same basic relationships to each other. Are there advantages to using the other systems, the fixed do system and the number system? Sure, there absolutely are. But we're going to stick with movable do. It's really common. It's going to be fine. The way to get more comfortable with it is to practice it. So if you sing along with these little videos, that is one way of getting that practice done. I'm going to sing just a little bit more and then we'll do our scale pattern for the day. So here we go. Let's see. This is still our do, so I'm going to start on mi for this one. Mi, re, do, re, mi. Mi, fa, so, fa, mi. Mi, do, so, so, mi, do, 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 re, mi, fa, sol. Sol, la, so, mi, do. My solfege hand is asleep today. It's not doing very good. If you would know the solfege symbols, you'd look at my hand and say, what are you doing? Okay, let's see. The next thing we're going to do right now is a little pattern of saying the letters of the musical scale that are 5 notes apart, fifth apart. And you might say, why are you doing this? Well, because we're going to work up to doing triads and other groupings of notes. Knowing notes that are a fifth apart is really handy for many reasons. The circle of fifths, which we will have used in our major key circle of fifths, the order of flats and sharps, for example. When you eventually in theory get into the relationships of one chord to another chord, the progression of fifths, this is all going to be really, really helpful. Okay, so let's start on we'll start on C. How about that? If I start on C, so here's C. C. Now you can see it better probably from your point of view. Anyway, C, and you count up 5 notes. C, D, E, F, G. Okay, that's a fifth. We started on C. C is 1. Go up to G. G's a fifth. C, G. All right. What would the next fifth be? D, A, E, B, F, C, G, D, A, E, B, F, and now we're back to C. Okay? Say that with me. Let's see if we can figure that out. If you want to use your fingers as sort of a mudra in a way, it's not really a mudra, but if you want to use your fingers to keep track of the bottom note and the top note, that sounds great. If it helps to sort of tap through in your fingers to figure out where to go. The idea is that you want to get these letters to be pretty familiar, the pairs of fifths to be pretty familiar. Okay, here we go. We're going to start on C. C, G, D, A, E, B, F, C, G, D, A, E, B, F, and C. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. I'm going to leave one out every now and then, and you have to say it. Okay, so we're going to start back on C. Here we go. C, G, A, E, B, F, G, A, E, B, C. Okay. Let's see. Let's do it coming down. Let's start from C and come down 5. So if we come from C, count down C, B, A, G, F. A fifth below C is F, right? C down to F. This is an important relationship because not only do we mess around with the circle of fifths, ascending fifths, but we often deal with it in descending fifths. So having these note names going down as well as up, super, super useful. Okay, so we said C went down to F, okay? B would go down to E, yeah? A would go down to D. By now, some of it may be recalling what we already said. G would go down to C. F is paired with B, yeah? E is paired with A. D is paired with G. And here we are back home. C is where we started. Okay, so we'll say them together and then we'll do a little practice afterwards with something else. Okay, here we go. C, F, B, E, A, D, G, C, F, B, E, A, D, G, C. Okay, see if you can answer these questions for me about fifths. What letter name is a fifth above D? A. What letter name is a fifth above F? C. What letter name is a fifth below B? E is the answer, yeah. What letter name is a fifth below F? Fifth below B. What letter name is a fifth above A? E. What letter name is a fifth below G? C. Yeah. Having that little measuring device is a really, really useful thing. By the way, you've just learned about the topic of intervals, that is the distance between notes, that is called size. We measure the distance between notes by how many letters we count up between them, including the bottom note. So C up to G is a fifth. C up to E is a third. Yeah. C, what's C up to F? Fourth. Remember, you start counting on the note that you are starting on. That's one. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a fourth. How about what's F up to D? F up to D. F, G, A, B, C, D. It's a sixth. Yeah. How about D up to C? D, E, F, G, A, B, C. It's a seventh. Can you do some going down? What is A down to E? A down to E. A, G, F, E. It's a fourth. What is E down to D? E down to D. A second. You also know it as a whole step now. What is, let's see, how about A down to C? A down to C. It's a sixth. Yeah. What's A up to C? What if we went up from A? Third. Absolutely. So that is what we call in intervals, we call that the size of the interval. It doesn't tell us everything we need to know about the interval. That's why there's a module later on that talks about not only the size of intervals, but the quality. But for right now, for today, you've done enough work. Good job.